A spoiled ballot paper is a ballot paper that either is not marked or it is marked in such a manner that it is not possible for the presiding officers or the counting officers to be able to make a decision about which political party a voter is trying to vote for. So if you are given a ballot paper, in each ballot paper you must mark for only one political party. If you mark for two political parties, it means a voter is not sure about which political party they are voting for, and therefore that particular ballot will be regarded as a spoiled ballot. So a ballot that is not properly marked, or that is not marked at all, or a ballot that has actually been ruined would actually constitute a spoiled ballot. So you can ruin a ballot paper, for instance, by including a political party that is not even contesting the elections, and then trying to mark next to that particular political party. So that ballot will not be counted as a valid ballot. It will still be counted because there's got to be reconciliation at the end of counting. And the spoiled ballots will be counted separately, and they will be indicated in the result slip that these are the spoiled ballots that have been cast by voters. If a voter has made a mistake on the ballot and realizes that they've made a mistake before depositing that ballot, they can go to a presiding officer and indicate that they would like to have another ballot, and indeed they will be given another ballot that they can then be able to use and deposit after marking it in the appropriate space. A voter who is voting outside a province where they are registered will only be entitled to one national ballot, and they will lose the provincial ballot. A voter who is not at their voting station on the day of the elections, but within the province, will be entitled to two ballots, one being the national ballot and the second one being the provincial ballot. A voter does not necessarily have to put an X in a box that is appropriate for voting. In fact, what the law says is that the ballot must be appropriately marked. So you can mark it whichever way, as long as it is possible for the presiding officer to be able to see which political party is your preferred political party. There is no obligation for a voter to cast both ballots. It is the right that every voter has, but they can choose not to exercise that right. So if you want to vote for national and you are not interested in voting for the provincial, you can do so. But you can also do a national and not provincial, or provincial and not national. It is up to a voter really how they want to exercise their right to vote. All the ballot papers have got security measures, and they also have serial numbers. So it is not going to be possible, therefore, for a person to try to use a sample ballot to try to create another ballot. It is going to be possible for people to see, for the officials of the commission to see that these are not the appropriate ballot papers. So those security measures, largely the commission would know about those, but they would not actually make them public because, as we correctly say, they are security measures. Do not ruin your ballot paper. Mark only in the appropriate section and make sure that your ballot paper has got a stamp, because a ballot paper that does not have a stamp is not a valid ballot paper, and deposit it in the appropriate ballot box. Any voter can wear whatever they want to wear on the day of the elections. The only people who are prohibited from wearing party regalia are the party agents as well as the candidate. If a candidate is coming to the voting station and wants to be able to observe voting at a voting station, that particular candidate cannot be coming to the voting station in their party regalia. They've got to have something on the left side of their body that indicates that they are candidates. A similar thing would also be applicable to the party agents, and then they will also have a band indicating that they are party agents.